You're wasting all the time. Another hour gone, did you hear the chime? You're wasting all the time.
Recorded for Thursday, August 1st, 2019.
Hello and
Hey.
welcome to this, the next episode of Wasting All the Time. I am your host, David.
Wait, that's your name?
David is my name.
Oh, I'm getting it wrong.
Do we have to say D? Like put the
David.
emphasis on the D, the first D. David.
For the next 5 minutes, you must do it that way.
Okay.
I am joined for this endeavor, this improv comedy podcast, by my cohorts and co-hosts, Cody.
That's me. Hi, I'm Cody. Everyone.
And Jess.
Hello, that would be my name.
Thank you, Gru.
All right, we are going to kick things off with a handy-dandy segment called Science Time with Dave.
Oh, I'm so excited. You guys don't even know.
I'm going to be speaking about a topic of scientific inquiry, but I don't know what it is yet. I have a random wheel of spinningness here,
Those sweels are the best.
and this wheel is going to tell me what it is I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to spin it now.
It
is spinning. It is
spinning.
And today, I'm talking about gravity.
Gravity.
Oh, it's so
How
heavy.
about that? This is closely related to the topic that I talked about on the last one.
Biggest thing you'll never take a picture of.
So here we go, talking about gravity. Science Time with Dave.
Get ready to learn, because it's Science Time with Dave.
Hey, all right, we're talking about gravity today. I'm going to start this off with a few questions because sometimes asking questions is the best way to educate. Have you ever been out in the rain? That was gravity. Did you ever fall on your ass while skating? That was gravity.
Patrick.
Do you ever wonder why it's okay and so easy to poop? That's gravity. What if it wasn't there? You wouldn't have fallen on your butt while skating, and the rain wouldn't have fallen, giving the earth the important nutrients that it needs. Gravity is caused by things that actually distort space-time, and we can thank Einstein for explaining that one. He said that everything is like really annoying to space-time and it causes it to warp, so that really things are traveling on a straight line because of mass, and that's something that you should experiment with in your free time.
Things are traveling in a straight line because of mass. Technically correct.
There you go.
That was brilliant, dude.
Take that to your SAT.
And smoking.
And smoke it.
Holy crap,
All right.
dude.
That has been Science Time with David.
Oh, David.
Davidov.
David. I'm just picturing Mass dressed up like a very posh British person, just queuing up in a line. Like, oh, it's my turn to fall soon.
With all the rest of the nutrients in the rain.
That's right. And now we are going to move it on to the next segment.
Oh, it was close.
Let's do so.
Upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards, I say we go Fruitwards.
Now we are going to play a game that inspires an improvised scene by giving us two random words, an adjective, and a noun. Those are given to us on cards of green and red coloration, respectively. So we're going to get those random words and jump off from there. Let's see what we got. Today we have famous dirty deeds. Famous dirty deeds.
Sorry,
Do you need your inhaler?
I really love Dean Ambrose / John Moxley. Like, he's the best. I'm sorry.
No, you're allowed. Yep.
Oh.
Is that AC/DC?
What? No, what?
What? Yeah. I'm confused.
Dirt cheap.
No.
Is
Okay,
that
whoa.
Sabbath?
Back. Whoa. Back. Okay, so Dean Ambrose, that was his name in WWE, but now he's signed on with AEW and he's going with John Moxley. But as Dean Ambrose, when he was in WWE, his final move was Dirty Deeds.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aha. So it was a wrestling reference.
Yes.
Gotcha.
AE are they gonna sponsor us now? If I just search
I hope so.
If you can get us a sponsorship, cool.
If you get us an AEW sponsorship,
Yes, it is, by the way.
David and I will wear wrestling singlets for the rest of the year. If you get an AEW monetary sponsorship for us, that'll
All
happen.
right. Okay, maybe I can get it.
I think we need to
through
set
Wave.
some more parameters.
What is
Okay,
AEW,
starts-
by the way? I just kind of was
American
blinded.
Entertainment Wrestling?
All elite.
All
I was
elite.
not even
All
close.
elite.
None of that
Wrestling.
shitty wrestling.
No.
Just all elite.
There we go.
None of that backyard stuff. Mm-mm.
No, it's so good, guys.
I have a ring light, so we'll look better in our wrestling singlets if we get a sponsorship.
Great. What was the prompt? Famous dirty deeds.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, we're coming up on this next show, and I need a new finishing move. I need something that people are going to tell stories about. I need something that people are going to go butt-ass wild in the stands. And the 1-2 nighty night is just not selling it anymore.
But you're a hypnotist.
Or yeah,
Like the 1-2 nighty night is the number one thing that a hypnotist does.
Yeah.
it's just the 20-minute build-up for the finishing move is not other people going to sleep in the crowd, and that's not good.
Oh, okay.
I want, it's really great. It fits the theme.
Do you want something else that also fits your character, or are you trying to do a whole new branding thing, or
I want to surprise people. Like the 1-2 nighty night, 10 minutes, 20 minutes nighty night is not, it does fit the character really well.
Yeah.
And by the time he thinks he's a chicken and he's clucking around the ring,
how about
it's really impactful.
the pocket watch?
Oh, yeah, you could
okay.
just swing them back and forth. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Like the person, I pick
Yeah.
them up.
Yeah.
So you get his legs up, you grab him by his legs, and then hang him upside down
Yeah.
and just sort of pendulum
And then he'll forget.
as a verb. Him.
Yeah, he'll forget the number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that.
I can say that. That is an accurate statement. I'm the finishing move is they forget the number 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
and then
That would put him at a disadvantage in a counting contest.
do those happen often in pro wrestling? I am kind of new to this scene.
All right.
I mean, but really they only deal with 1, 2, 3. Well, unless you're going outside the ring, then you got a 10 count. But then it also depends, how fast is the ref counting to 10? And,
That's why you're the pro consultant.
I know you wouldn't believe it that I would be.
What
did
about
Yeah.
what about the overcharge?
Me overcharge?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I'm excited already.
He's your patient and you overbill him
Brilliant.
for your time.
Yeah. How does that play out physically? Because I like where your head's
I think what you
write an invoice.
Yeah, you write an invoice and then you kick them in the head and then you open their mouth and you stuff the invoice in their mouth.
That's a nice ad.
That's
Yeah.
aggressive.
That's a real heel turn though. You be a real heel, you be a real bad guy.
That's
Are
a
you
heel
okay with
turn.
that?
Heel, yeah. I mean, I
Heel
kind of like
turn.
being a face. People like family entertainment.
Yeah.
You do. You're not really at that level yet that, you're not at Cena heel, when
No.
he heel turns and then children just start sobbing in the audience.
Throwing
Not there
themselves off
yet,
of the
though,
building.
so-
No. The day I get a family to throw themselves off of a wrestling building is
Yeah.
really the day I've made it.
Yeah.
I kind of want that.
I think
to
if
be my-
you turn bad, a lot of people wouldn't be phased.
Yeah, the evil hypnotist is kind of a trope.
Yeah.
Then why don't you just start using props?
Ooh, okay.
Why don't you just use props? Like, instead of pulling out a chair from underneath the ring, just pull out an entire Chase Lounge and then push people onto it.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at. And then as they get back up, I can punch them in the face, and they fall asleep on the couch, and it's like I hypnotize them with my fist. I can paint little spirals on my fist and be like, do the corkscrew punch, and it's like, whoa. Whoa. Like with the and they're and I can be like, you're getting whoa, boom, sleepy.
Yeah.
Because then they're already asleep.
You know, I see a lot of potential for T-shirts on that, since we're also mostly a T-shirt company. So.
Yeah.
So we're also
the backyard wrestling has really been great for marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. That'll make you famous.
All right. Anything else? Any last minute things before we go get some of the orphans and practice these moves?
No.
I mean,
you don't know till you try.
you don't know. Yeah. Before we go get these orphans, do you want to get some pinkberry? You know, and just eat it in front of the orphans, and like you could be all like, it's the start of your healdom.
Yeah, because then they cry.
Yeah.
And then they're also crying when I punch them and knock them unconscious.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You were brilliant.
Yeah.
I could do some froyo.
Yeah.
Hope they have razzleberry.
Ooh, that was close. Wow.
I want to see a family get so upset they top rope.
I would love to write for WWE. Like, I've got a great idea for what the two, I always mix their, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch could do as a beautiful heel turn for Becky. Oh gosh. And would like go on to WrestleMania, but McMahon would never allow it.
God, what a tool.
Oh, he's so old.
Vince McMahon, more like Vince Dickman.
Almost.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't actually know. I know he's rich.
I don't know anything.
Have you ever seen the GIF, or it's the meme of he's like a middle-aged older gentleman, like he's progressively like getting more excited, like where he starts off kind of like whoo, and then it like
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, well that's Vince McMahon. And he has a hilarious one where he walks out in a suit that's too big and he's like really flailing and kicking his arms, and it's fucking hilarious.
All right, well, now that we have done that, it is time for us to do this.
Twittershins.
This is Twittershins Rapidballs, where I find the top 3 tweets on the internet, and I read them out to my pundit friends here, who will give answers to the questions that no one ever expected us to see. This is going to be fun. There will be 3 of them.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. And then I just felt like I had to keep going for some reason.
Story of my life.
It's not always a bad thing. All right. Here we go. The number 3 tweet right now is from Margot Ryan at Ryan Author. I deduct that this person may write things.
They may, in fact, auth.
Perhaps just tweets.
Good one.
Anything you recommend packing specifically? Jess.
Right. So when you are traveling any extent, you want to make sure that you pack at least 3 different types of currency. It doesn't matter if you're going to stay in the same town. It doesn't matter if you are going to go to a country that you don't even have any of the currency for. What you really need to make sure is that you have general currency, 3 different kinds. One of those kinds can or cannot be for a bartering system. So that means it's either real jewels, gems, gold, even acorns or nuts. If D&D has taught me anything that's very important, anybody is willing to barter if you have fairy dust from the Feywild. I think honestly, as long as you have that, you've got all your bases covered, because if you don't have your phone, get a new phone, buy it, trade it, make it switch out with somebody else's stuff, and then just replace it with an acorn. It's fine. It's all good. That's all I pack.
All right. Jess's solution is be rich. Cody.
But clearly, if you look at Jess's solution, it's ridiculous. Currency is the way of the past. You should be investing in cryptocurrencies, which are digital algorithms that maintain value. You can trade with anyone, anywhere. All they have to do is have some kind of computing unit and be from Austria. So it's basically if you can spend anything you want to any person, and then your acorns and fey dust are kept in your own secret stash.
Okay, straying from the prompt. Let's move it on to the number 2 tweet.
I'm rebutting.
From M7 at L_M7K. Why am I so in love with you? Cody?
Clearly, it's because of my amazing social skills and charming tone of voice. You may also gaze upon my 4-inch biceps and my 16-inch thighs. I am what the ladies call thick. So you can, but that's just on the surface. On the other side, you can look at my fantastic investment portfolio, ladies.
If you invested in Ford recently, those dividends are coming up. There's also... No, actually, that's it.
Okay. Point of view is important. Jess!
So this is going to come as a shock, but you're not looking at me. You're looking at yourself in the mirror, bro. Dude, individual. And I'm so happy to hear you question that, because that means that you truly love yourself. And that's really the first stage to being able to accept and love somebody else. So, when you're ready to come and love me for me, you just move that mirror aside. That's all.
Wow, the meaning of life. All right.
I always throw shade. I figure I should do one nice one.
All right. You blew it on that one.
God damn it.
The number 1 tweet on the internet right now from Queen.J. And then, I think that is some sort of astrological symbol. It's like the Roman numeral 2.
Oh, is that the twins?
Maybe. At fucking Jamie_duh. Why didn't I ever get a glow up? And then an emoji with the sort of eye roll thing.
Why didn't I
ever get a glow up? Jess?
Because you're not a firefly. Or a lightning bug. Or any sort of insect that uses phosphorus in the ground to like emit a bioluminescence. No. That's why. You're a person. You're not a bug. Stop wanting to be a bug. God.
Jess casting so much shade, the lightning bugs are coming out. Hey-o. Cody.
Actually, humans can bioluminesce. If my compatriot over here, Jess, would do a little bit of scientific research, she might understand that once you are part of a nuclear radiation plant accident, you yourself can then glow from the inside out, as my intestines are currently doing. They glow and they gotta get me a little itchy. So basically, find Chernobyl and get irradiated. You'll be a superhero. I need to take my pills.
Chernobyl.
All right. Cody, keeping it topical. This
It's
has
on Netflix.
This has been Twitershins Rapidballs. Alrighty then. Let us move it right along to the next segment, which, surprise, surprise, will be led by myself.
Not you.
Yes.
This is a green episode, and I am in control. Here we go. This segment is called What Day Is This? And on it I go to...
You're right?
And on it I go to the National Day Calendar, which can be found at www.nationaldaycalendar.com. And I tell you about what special day today is. So, for August 1st, according to the National Day Calendar...
Oh, snap dog.
Soda Pop.
Yay.
Today is Respect for Parents Day.
Oh my God.
In an effort to, quote, Make our families become united and strong by recognizing the leadership roles parents have, and to reinstate the respect for parents that was evident in the past, unquote. Respect for Parents' Day was born.
That was a horror of a grammatical sentence.
These are the words of Marilyn Dalrymple. Marilyn Dalrymple from Lancaster, California, as she created Respect for Parents' Day, which is celebrated annually on August 1st.
That's
This day was created as a reminder that parents deserve and require respect, and for all to consider the value that parents have in society. This isn't limited to children only. Those who hold power over families must likewise respect the parent. How to observe.
what the fuck?
Make sure you are respectful to your parents. Post on social media using hashtag
Oh
Respect
my
for Parents Day and encourage others to join in. History.
Oh, is it Mrs. Marilyn Dirtleby?
Marilyn Dalrymple from
Dalrymple.
Lancaster, California. Come on down. Created Respect for Parents Day, which is celebrated annually on August 1st. You can sign the proclamation written by Mrs. Dalrymple at Respect for Parents Day, which is a hyperlink to a
And we'll
website.
do no such thing.
All right. You know why you're here. You never called. You never wrote.
Ma,
No.
I've been busy.
Well, you're going to be a lot of hole busy in parent jail now.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got a life, you know? It's like, there's just so much to do.
Yeah. You know who gave you that life? Your father and I. That's who gave you that life.
I know, but, you know, at any point in anyone's life, you know, you got to move on, Ma. I can't call you every day.
I'm not asking for every day. I'm asking for every hour. I don't think that's too much.
Bethany!
Yeah.
Bethany, is Albert here?
He is the little son of a gun. I got him chained down here by the dining room table.
Good. The bear trap worked perfectly.
Yeah. Now, are you coming down from upstairs? I know you have to use the little chair. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Be about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Grandpa, I have a question when you get down here.
Okay, I'm down here now. It's been 20
Oh, my
minutes.
God, did you fall?
Yes. Can't feel either of my hips.
Grandpa, how often does my mom call you?
Me? Every 15 minutes or so, it's...
Jeez.
Henry, get the milk. Henry, where are my good earrings? Henry, the bear trap's right. It's a whole thing with her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's something I can do.
You can't run it. The bear trap's rusty. You gotta oil it.
Grandpa, no one uses bear traps anymore.
You can't take them. They were good enough for my Bethany.
Clinky clink. I was just bringing some cookies and some milk. You get water though. You don't get cookies and
come
milk. You get
on.
water. Cookies and water.
Good.
Come on. Ma, that's nasty.
Yeah. Next time you'll remember. You'll remember to explain the emojis you sent me.
Explain those emojis.
I was waiting for you to be like, it was a thumbs up. You have thumbs.
Alrighty.
It's gonna be you soon, hat trick.
Respect those parents.
I actually made a notification to call my father tomorrow.
Oh, kawaii.
Like, oh god. You say kawaii, I say Catholic guilt.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I texted with my mom yesterday.
Oh, kawaii.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to move it along to the next segment.
That doesn't count. That's a
Here we go.
hack.
It's the Improv Game of the Week.
This is the Improv Game of the Week. Every week, one of us, whichever host is hosting, picks an improv game for everyone to play. And this one is called the information game.
Oh,
We will perform a scene,
I'm really good at this.
all three of us together. And in this scene, every line of dialogue must introduce new information. So you can't just say, yeah. You have to say, yeah, I was going to take a trip to Tangiers. Or something like that. You have to introduce new information to the scene.
Excellent.
Every line.
Every time that character talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like
So
every
if you
sentence or
say-
sentence fragment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
You know,
that gets weird.
You can surround that information with other non-informational phrases and such, but
All right.
every turn you take,
Yes.
Every
In the
step
dialogue.
you break, every moth you rake. I don't.
I'll be sinking more.
Little mini Cody's words of wisdom.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
So that is the game. That is how it is played. And now we will do it. Hat Trick, why don't you give us a subject for the scene?
Give us a
The
suggestion.
benefit of being a patron.
Oh,
Access to the Discord, and we will ask you questions. And he's probably off doing something else now.
one of his kids probably broke something. Nope.
The subject is no. Oh, wait, no, I'm just kidding. Stali. You just,
I think that's his thumbs.
I'm Stalid.
I'm
Prince Stali. Marvelous he, Bob. Whoa, fuck.
Ta, ta, ta.
Da, 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 da.
I saw that at that community theater. It was bomb.
Yeah.
I heard it was really, really good.
Great job.
I got really confused though because it came out the same time it actually came out in the theaters. So I didn't know which one people were talking about. If they were talking about the Sac City or they were talking about the actual movie.
Or the original animated one, which is still great.
Yes.
Still good.
Okay. Here we go. Nope.
Wow.
All right. Well, you know what? We can undo your permission to be here.
No.
Name a place. Give me a place.
Literally any location.
A field. A courthouse. The grocery store. Tangiers.
A fire
Firehouse.
A fire wheeze. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys, we got the brand new trucks in. They don't have steering wheels, so we got to go through a new driver's training program to get you guys all on board.
Oh, man, I knew we were trying to save money on the budget, but why did we go for trucks that have no steering wheels?
It's more aerodynamic because the wheels are like more conical, so you just lean to turn them instead of steering.
Oh.
Plus, that means that we don't have to worry about our specialty counter trays that we can put into the buses that like holds all our food and all of our drinks and our laptops and everything. We don't have to worry about it now.
That is true. I have knocked over those things like pretty much every other time I'm in there, and that is a hassle. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in addition to no steering wheels and no trays being knocked over, the sirens are now also manually powered. So instead of it being like a speaker on the fire truck itself, it is the secondary operator, such as yourselves.
Yeah, or like when we're on the thing by ourselves, the butler or the maid that normally cleans up the counter and the little tray, they can just use it. They can be our woo 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 woo.
Yeah, so it's a mechanical siren. That's interesting. That's old school. I remember when I was a kid, I got a tour of a firehouse, and they still had some of those hanging around. Interesting that's come back.
Yeah, people like to be saved by the heroes of old, so all this fancy new fire trucks, what with steering wheels and real loud sirens, people are getting really put off by that. And a lot of the new studies are showing they want people, the quaint, the original back in the day. That's why we have maids and butlers, because it feels fancy. People want old-fashioned fancy being saved from fires.
Yeah, that's nice. I really do. I really do hope that we start to regain the respect of people that we used to have back in the old days. That's something that my dad was always a proponent for, and I've picked that up myself. Been to some rallies.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how we wouldn't regain their respect since now we've got all this fancy red overall clothing and the old-fashioned helmets that do not help you when you get into a house that has no oxygen and you can't breathe.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
But it's great that Oshkosh Bagosh hooked us up with these overalls. Man, that's that's going way back in time. And there is the chafing issue, but other than that, really stylish.
Just throwing it out there. Does anybody else's Oshkosh Bagosh overalls a little breezy?
Everyone should be really super breezy.
Okay.
They cover about 30% of what normal overalls cover because some of the boys up in the government were like, hey, firefighters get too hot fighting fire. We should cool them off. And so it's cheaper. It covers less, so you get that nice breeze going through, and that's less asbestos that's directly in contact with your skin.
It's like when you wear a pair of jeans that has holes in the knees and you say built-in air conditioning. I actually made that phrase up.
Mm-hmm. That's why you always win the phrase competition every week.
Easy breezy. The whole idea of, what is it? It's the phrase competition. What are we doing? Coming up with phrases competitively.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Well, gosh, we did it. Talking about breezy, we made it all the way through.
Ooh.
Incredible.
That is all the segments for this episode. That is, except for The Plot Thickens, which will be released
When?
on Monday.
This Monday?
This coming Monday.
Monday.
Stick around for that. Those few days.
You had it. You had it, and you just plummeted it off. Like,
Always add a defect at the end. All right. Okay. If there was anything about this episode that you liked in particular, please head on over to wastingallthetime.com/vote to let us know about it, because at the end of the year, we will be taking all of those submissions and we will be getting votes on them to see what were the top 10 scenes of the year.
it's so fun.
It is fun, it has been fun, and it will be fun. And until Monday, I think I'll say that my name has been Dave.
My name continues to be Cody.
And my name has always been Jess.
And we wasted all of the time.
Hella.
Butts.
Butt stuff.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify. If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.
That didn't even make sense. Like, I'm used to these entries being rambling and nonsensical, but it was like, everyone should respect parents, but not just children, even families.
Yeah, well, they're decrying the perception of parents not being respected anymore.
Oh,
like they used to be. It's sort of a MAGA kind of a thing going on here. But it reminds me of that quote. I need to figure out who it was by, so that, because I bring it up a bunch. There's a quote that when given to you out of context seems very current. It's talking about like, the kids are don't respect the elders like they used to, and people are moving, things are going too fast, and blah blah blah. All these sort of things, these current outcries, and then you actually find out the quote is attributed to someone from the ancient Greece.
What?
And it's like, oh, okay, no, that is just the human condition. Mm-hmm. So,
it's like after, like we all go through stages of growth, and we're all open to like new changes, new social constructs, and all this stuff until about the age of 36, and that's when it starts declining because you don't understand, because like you're just not. It's like your brain cannot switch as quickly as someone else's,
right.
And then the older you get, the more set you are in your ways, and they're like, oh, these damn kids.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I think it's a TED Talk where they're like the generation today can't spell because of texting, and they start walking it back through generations of like, oh, like kids can't spell like. It gets to one point, it's like, well, kids nowadays are writing on paper. What are you going to do when the paper runs out? Oh, and you don't know how to clean off a slate. Like, you can't work with a clean slate. What are you going to do then? Mm-hmm. And then even further back, like, people are putting wisdom on scrolls. Like, what the hell is the point of that? We should be teaching, not writing this shit down. It's like, yeah, every generation just does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The only thing that the old person in me, like, is still steadfast about, though, is that, like, kids should totally learn cursive. If not for like learning how to understand old texts, but it's like a good motor skill practice, like a hand to motor skill thing. Yeah,
60%.
60% of that. Like, I just think that in itself is a good hand-eye coordination for someone who's younger. They might not necessarily get like when they're type.
What if they're taught cursive from the outset? What if that is the mode of writing that they are brought up in from the outset?
Oh, that would be.
Does it still have that benefit, or is it just the difference that
I think it's the
sparks
difference.
that benefit?
I think it's the difference between
creating new neural pathways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, I remember the last time I actually wrote in cursive.
I actually have it right here. Yeah. I was
wow.
practicing a letter, a handwritten letter. So I pre-wrote it in cursive to make sure I remembered how to do all the letters.
That recent?
Yeah.
Is that?
See,
Yeah.
Patrick's with me. Which letter? I said Q. He said M. Yeah.
Well, you remember the kidnapping kids
Yeah.
that wrote the ransom letter in cursive?
Cursive, yeah.
Oh, that was the biggest.
All right, we need to do a scene.
Respect your parents' day. Or
all
no,
letters.
respect parents' day.
Respect for Parents' Day.